Title: My wife was having dinner date with her lover until the waiter delivered my divorce letter to their table. Her reaction shut down the whole restaurant. I watched them from the shadows, the dim light of the chandelier glinting off the silverware between them. She laughed, too loud, too easy, with him. The way she leaned forward, touching his hand briefly, a spark of something she never gave me anymore. My chest tightened. Betrayal doesn't announce itself gently. It slams into your gut like a fist you can't dodge. I remembered the first year, the nights we stayed awake talking about everything, the soft weight of her hand on my chest, the whispered, "I love you." That was real. That bond was real. Or at least, I believed it was. I bought the house, planned the trips, let her think I was blind to everything but love. Foolish, yes, but I was patient. Calculating. I always knew the day might come when patience would be my weapon. It started with small signs. A message on her phone left open too long. A perfume lingering in the hall closet that wasn't mine. A change in her laugh, like she carried secrets too heavy for my presence. I noticed. I remembered. I cataloged. And then one evening, I followed her. Simple, a walk. But the restaurant where she met him, I saw it all through the glass doors, her lips curved over his name as if it were a secret spell. The ice inside me finally cracked. I didn't explode, I didn't shout, I didn't call. Revenge requires more than anger. It requires precision. I watched. I listened. I documented. Every dinner, every whispered text, every stolen glance. I knew her favorite table, her preferred wine. I knew the rhythm of her lies. And quietly, I built my arsenal. Lawyers, evidence, finances, tools designed not just to break her world, but to expose it in full. Weeks passed, and my plan matured. I made arrangements for a dinner that would look normal to the outside world. The reservations were hers and his, coincidentally, for the anniversary of our first date. That irony wasn't wasted on me. The waiter, discreet and briefed, slipped the envelope across the table just as she reached for his hand. I watched her face through the reflection in the wine glass. First, confusion. Then, disbelief. Her lips parted, silent. The letter trembled slightly in his hand. He had no idea, just like she never imagined I could be this controlled, this patient. She looked at him, then back at the envelope. Every eye in the restaurant turned to her as she slowly realized what she was holding. My signature, my intention, my final decision. Divorce. Unavoidable. Permanent. The room stilled. She gasped, a small sharp sound that carried in the hushed air. His hand recoiled. They were frozen, exposed. I saw panic clawing at her eyes. No excuses, no lies, just the weight of truth she had spent months ignoring. I could almost hear the cracks forming in the facade she had built. I didn't have to speak. My silence was louder than any tirade. She tried to recover. Words stumbled out like brittle glass, shards of pleading and disbelief. But the damage was cinematic, public. A ripple of tension ran through the restaurant. Whispers filled the air. I allowed myself a small, almost imperceptible smile. Justice, quiet and unyielding, does not need applause. It simply lands. I didn't follow them home. I didn't gloat. I let her digest the revelation while I walked outside, breathing in the crisp night. Alone. Free. The streets were silent witnesses to my control, my patience, my power. Every step was a reminder that the world still made sense when measured, when executed with intent. The weeks that followed were quieter than I imagined. Legal papers processed, assets divided, lies accounted for. Friends, family, even colleagues saw the surface calm. But beneath it, she knew, everyone knew, that the one she underestimated was still in charge, still steady, still untouchable. I reflect on that night often, not with bitterness, not with joy, but with clarity. The betrayal hurt, yes, it burned, but the execution of justice, my justice, was intoxicating in its precision. She had once believed she could manipulate me, charm me, escape scrutiny. She learned, in a single, quiet moment, that her games were meaningless. My revenge was not loud, not rash. It was flawless. I am not proud. I am not vengeful in the common sense. I am meticulous. I am patient. And when betrayal surfaces, it finds me ready. That night, the restaurant's silence was mine. Her fall was mine. The quiet satisfaction of balance, of equilibrium restored, is mine. And as I walk past the closed doors, leaving the ghosts of her choices behind, I carry only one thought. Betrayal is a fire, and I am the calm wind that feeds it until it burns away everything it touches, leaving only clarity in its wake. No regret, no hesitation. Only a reckoning delivered with precision, under the gaze of witnesses who will remember the silence more than the screams.